Welcome to Designer Digitizing Patterns. Designer is new software that exports PDF patterns to a printer, manage patterns virtually, edit and email patterns, size patterns to measurements, and sign up an iDesigner account today. Thanks!
Welcome to Petwear. What I'm going to show you now is how you can size and create your own pet patterns from Designer, and you can even style those patterns and shape and size them specifically just for your pet. So let's take a look at how we can create our very first pet pattern in Petwear. So one of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to load up a size file, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up the size file for a small dog here. And then what you want to do is you want to put in your dog's measurements for all these different measurements that come up as you scroll over here. And what I'll do is I'll just briefly explain to you what these measurements are. The first one is the total height, which would be the floor to the top of your dog's head as he's standing normally. And then the body height is from below the chin, or where the neck and the body meet, to the floor. And then we have the chest measurement, and it's both around the chest and then across the chest. The waist measurement is around the waist. Same thing with the hip, which would measure from the start of the tail around the body of the dog. And then we have the forehead and the neck measurement, which would be the measurement at the collar of your dog. The shoulder would be from bicep to bicep, and the back would be from the base of the neck to the start of the tail, and the thigh would be around the dog's leg at the back leg. And then we have the inseam, which would be from the crotch to the floor, the tail, which would be the length of your dog's tail, the outseam, which would be the top of where the haunch of the dog to the floor, and then we have the side seam, or what would be the box width and height of the chest area of the dog, and then we have the bodice width and height, which would be how wide and how long the bodice is for the dog as it wraps around the dog. Then we have the leg opening and length, and then we also have the paw length and circumference at the ankle. So once you've entered those measurements, you can then go ahead and size the measurements of the pattern piece to those control points that you set when you enter and put the measurements. Now when you've put in the measurements, you just select save, and that will save the dog's measurements for you so that you can grade other patterns to this particular dog for the time that you have the software. So let's go ahead and open up one of the pattern pieces here. And I have a pet bodice that I've been working on, and we'll just load that in, and we'll just select OK. And one of the things you can do is we'll just give that a color. We'll make it blue, and we'll just drag this down a little bit so you can take a look at this pattern bodice here. So you've got this pattern piece selected. Now if you want to change the size of this particular pattern, or any pattern in Design, so you simply just change the measurement. So let's make it for a 14-inch dog, like so, and then you just click size. And very quickly you have a new pattern that's fit a dog that is 14 inches in height instead of a dog that was 18 inches in height. And that's how quickly you can size and grade your patterns when you're designing for other dogs or your own dogs. So you can also, of course, change the colors in here. And let's go with that. Actually, I think that red's kind of neat. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a PDF out of this pattern piece, and then we're going to open up, print it, and then we can start sewing our pet coat for our pet here. So all you do is you just hit send PDF, and it will start to generate that PDF and then send it to your email address, and then you'll have your pattern ready to sew. So that's all there is to opening up the PDF plotter, setting up your pattern pieces for your dog, and then entering the control points and measurements to affect the size of that pattern. And that's how you use Petwear. Okay, now we're inside our email, and we're going to take a look at the pattern piece that we just digitized to PDF. So let's go ahead and open that attachment. And then what we want to do is open with Adobe Acrobat, select OK, and then our PDF will open up, and from there you can see that this pattern has been printed out on 4 pages so that it would fit on 1 to 2. So what you want to do is you want to print that out and then rejoin the pieces and then start sewing your pet coat. So that's how we get our patterns printable from Designer. So try that in your software and your PDF plotter on the CD or download. Thanks, and bye for now.
Ruff, ruff. Make a coat. Ruff.